Welcome back to the 3 Miles MC. This is the way back from Iceland. Today we will talk about if everything does not go according to plan on your trip, that you can still have a good time.
Actually today is one of the first proper sunny days with warm weather. We have 16 degrees, a bit of a bummer that it's our last day, but that brings me actually to the next topic, because today I want to talk with you guys about if your trip doesn't go to plan, that you can still have a good time, and that even if all plans go to shit basically, you can still have a good time on your vacation with your motorcycle. So, a little bit on the background of this trip. I did my Iceland trip, and my plan was to take this motorcycle off-road through Iceland, including the highlands, and like you've seen in the last episode, that has not been possible due to circumstances outside of my control. Actually, those things became apparent quite early. I remember being on the boat here to Iceland and then receiving the news that the weather is so bad in Iceland that many roads are blocked and that part of the country is not able to go through. At that point that was the north, which is kind of the first direction that I wanted to head into. I wanted to head down, then head over the F88 and then make my way north, and then on the way back go over the F26 after going around Iceland, which instantly wasn't possible, so I had to take the other way, and that was going fine. I was adapting. I was thinking, oh yeah, at the end of the trip the roads will probably open up again and everything will be fine. So I went the other way and got hit with such extreme winds that it was impossible to ride the motorcycle for one day. And when I continued, the winds also continued, and I had to make a 5-day break in between because the wind was just not slowing down. I ended up basically being inside for 5 days, which I was in Reykjavik, so it was fine. I was able to socialize and had actually a really good time that I will keep to myself. Things were not really going to plan. But in the end it was fine. I managed to experience loads of great things on the ring road. I still managed to take my bike off-road quite a bit. I managed to ride a bit on different trails and explore different things a bit, and I definitely still was able to prove that a normal bike can handle quite a lot here in Iceland, and I managed to explore Iceland to the fullest of the possibilities at that moment. And kind of what you can learn from that is that you basically just have to adapt to whatever the circumstances throw at you. And at some point it also looked like I wouldn't be able to continue with my bike because I had huge starting problems. For some reason they magically disappeared, but every time I had to push start my bike. So every time you see an outside perspective from the last 3 episodes, you can imagine me push starting the bike after that one. So oh yeah, we actually just went past the F88 road and you saw 2 motorcyclists standing there being disappointed that it's closed. Yeah, just like me yesterday. Yeah, and even if that would have happened, I would have found a way to still have a successful trip. Like, if you are in a situation like this, there's always often the option to rent a motorcycle, which of course then is more expensive. But if you're already put in all the money to go here, and then maybe just have to figure it out after the trip. But in general, whatever happens, you can most of the time still have a good trip, and that's definitely a message that I wanted to get out there, because this trip was now fun and fine and I had a good time, but it was completely different than I planned, and in the end that was alright.
Coincidentally, later in this video I will find out how badly sometimes things don't go to plan. So stick around.
second that you got the chance to run, I knew this was the end of all our love, and everything's reminding me of us. No, I can't help, I feel I'm losing time.
So we are now really close to getting back to the ferry, and driving over those mountains is a really nice moment where this whole trip becomes a bit full circle, because when we went through here the first time you could barely see any of the earth, and this lake was completely overfrozen and everything was so frozen and blue that it seemed like it would be a glacier or something. And I was at first really thinking that I'm going over a glacier or something similar, and now it looks completely different. I mean, there's still a lot of snow and ice, but this is kind of a really good visual representation that the grip of winter has lasted really long on Iceland this year, and that explains a lot looking back. But so much stuff has melted since the last time we went through here. I'm not sure if my memory is over exaggerating, but I feel like all of this was ice, like all of this was snow. I don't think there was any like earth visible, but I can show you a picture that I took that day right here. Just incredible, the view from up here. Just look at this waterfall over there going down. Also now I'm not sure if I'm mistaken, but now it feels way more green here. And from our time schedule, how soon the boat is ready to take off, I'm pretty sure that over there, down in the fjord, you already see our boat. Because we're supposed to be there in half an hour. Hello. Give me a moment, I'm looking for my ID. Ah, here it is. Okay, thank you. So I am now on the boat. This is my little cabin and my little bed. This is how it looks here. It's all pretty small, but it's doing alright, and it's my first time having a bed on the boat, which is super nice. Der Moment der Wahrheit, ob es jetzt anspringt. Mal gucken. Ah. Ne. Schieben wir es einmal in die Richtung da. Okay. Okay, the other way around. So, as you can tell, we arrived in Denmark. It's just a little bit of fun with starting the motorcycle. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh. Kannst du mir noch mal helfen? Genau, immer. Ja, kannst du vergessen. Oh shit, the motorcycle isn't getting any traction on here. So let's get out first. With this paint on the ground. Let's hope that this descent can get us the results that we want. Yeah, I mean, that could work. So, okay, let's go. Let's try our best. Starting this thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Welcome back in Denmark. the little starting issues of this bike. Oy, oy, oy. So we have about 600 kilometers back to Germany, and I want to visit still one thing here in Denmark. A beach where you can go on with your car. I actually talked to some other motorcyclists and to some Icelandic people on the boat, and apparently there were some issues with the weather. I thought that was just normal Icelandic shit weather that we experienced during this trip, but apparently it was the worst beginning of summer that there ever was in Iceland. It was the worst Icelandic weather that we could have had, because it was the worst early summer in the beginning of reports of weather. And also there was apparently a massive storm that was not just affecting Iceland but also a lot of other areas in Europe, so we were just particularly unlucky. I thought that was just normal Icelandic weather and was thinking, oh my god, this is just shit. And actually a lot of people were really struggling. Like the other people on the boat told me that they had to partially stop their trips completely. Some of them got pulled off the road by the police, that they're not allowed to drive in this weather anymore, and other stuff like that. And apparently a lot of motorcyclists didn't have a good time. Multiple people crashed and so on, so we were still quite lucky. But now we have 27 degrees here in Denmark, so yeah.
To Iceland.
Huh?
To Iceland.
Oh, you're going to Iceland?
I'm from.
I'm from. Yeah, me too. I mean, super cool bike.
Yeah, it's Yamaha too. Yamaha too.
Yeah, and also I love the skid plate.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I didn't get one for mine, but it was fine. But
It goes up the gravel road.
yeah,
Iceland.
yeah, but I mean, it's really rare that you see like someone taking like a XSR 700 there,
Yeah, so
which I think is super cool because this is my absolute dream bike,
Thank you very much.
and this is the bike that I can afford. Actually, I mean, before they built the MT-07, they built these ones, so yeah, super cool. And actually, with the tires, it works really well. How Iceland? How was it for you with this one?
How much? It was okay. It was okay. The
Yeah.
tires were good.
Yeah,
Japanese bike, no problem.
yeah, but it was really windy.
Yeah. It was
Like-
crazy.
Yeah, it was tough for me.
It was crazy.
But I love this bike. It's so cool. I love
Very
it.
much. Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
Okay. Have a safe journey.
Yeah, you too. Oh my god, how cool. There was just a guy with an XSR 700 scrambler build. With like a skid plate, extra lights and everything. How cool, like huge respect to that guy. I mean, the parts for that model are all available, like skid plates and so on. For this one, not so much. Really cool.
As I was about to leave myself, I saw a few bikers on the side of the road broken down, and as I had tools with me, I thought it's the right thing to stop for them.
But alone on an Iceland trip?
Yeah. Also with this bike.
How was it up there?
It was horrendous. I was really unlucky with the weather.
Okay.
One of those sports bikes had a broken brake line, and they had a brake line to replace it, but they were missing a 7mm wrench to be able to loosen it. Luckily, I was able to help.
So we made it all the way to the car beach. I'm curious how this will be now. Oh, how cool! We're actually driving along the beach. I think this is such a fantasy. Like, let's be honest. You have all those commercials where like motorcycles sometimes ride on a beach. I've seen so many Instagram videos, and this is just cool. I mean, how cool is this? We're just driving on a beach. Let's hit the throttle on the sand. How cool! I love this. So nice. Ooh. Ooh. Oh! Ah. Well, I think I maybe have broken my foot. This did not feel good at all. Let's chill for a moment. My foot really badly hurts. Like really bad. This hurts incredibly bad. I don't even know if I'm able to get up. Okay, let's... This foot is good, this one is not. Ooh. I'm not sure if I'm able to walk. At least, like, my heel and everything is good. So I will be able to lift the motorcycle. I will just need a moment. If you would hold my motorcycle for a short moment, I would be really thankful, because I need to... Ja. Einmal kurz festhalten, das wäre super nett, weil ich muss mein Zeug wieder aufs Motorrad laden.
So my camera was about to run out of battery, and also the lens of my camera was half destroyed, and the SD card got destroyed as well in the impact. That's why you haven't seen any 360 shots till now. So after getting back on the bike, I drove the bike off the beach and tried to make my way to a restaurant to assess the situation and to make a plan how to solve this. I suspected myself to probably suffer from a hair fracture or a bad concussion on my foot.
We are now back on the road. I just had some food and I talked to the ADAC, which is the German automobile club that also helps you in case of injury and so on. And I looked at my foot. I have quite a bad swelling on the side of my foot, and that the chance that my foot is actually broken is absolutely there. I hope that it's just concussed. Yeah, but it's definitely, if it's broken, I don't think it's a bad broken foot. I think because I can move on my toes and all the function is there, and it's more in the middle of the foot. And I thought about going to the ER now here in Denmark, but the problem with that would be I'm pretty sure even if my foot is not broken, they will probably put like a thing on my foot to keep it straight and everything, and I would not be able to ride the motorcycle home with it. Also because I couldn't put a motorcycle shoe on it. Right now I cannot really shift the motorcycle. I have to shift up with the heel of my foot, and my motorcycle would have to get picked up by the ADAC, and I just talked to them, and it would take them like 3 weeks because they go around with a trailer and everything, and that would be really complicated for me because my motorcycle is my only vehicle. Sometimes I sometimes go with the car of my parents, but yeah, and I would also have to wait quite some time in the ER because ERs usually take long, and today of course it's fucking Sunday. The thing is, I've never broken a bone or anything on a day that wasn't a Sunday, where it's just really stressful to go to the ER and everyone is there because all the little like practitioners are already closed. So I now made the decision. I am 6 hours away from Germany, and also my engine is still hot, so if I now start the bike, it fires up, and I don't have to push start it, which is nice. So, because if I would have to push start it, I wouldn't be able to. I have trouble walking, so I will now drive 6 hours to Germany and then drive to my local hospital and get my foot checked out there, because I would have to wait like 6 hours anyway. Okay, so let's go. And also something that's quite a shame, when I crashed the bike in the sand, I had my 360 cam on there, and the 360 cam works over a thing that you can put on the camera that allows the 360 perspective. and that objective of the camera broke in the crash. And that one is like 150 bucks. So that sucks. But I will try to get some money from my job and get it fixed.
Luckily, because I'm quite tall for this motorcycle, I easily managed to do clutchless upshifts with my hand instead of my foot.
So we're almost in Celle, which is super cool. The way here was tough because I cannot really upshift with my foot, and I need to do it with my hand and with like clutchless shifting. And we're now one village away from my hometown, which is just so good. It feels nice being close to home again. Actually, now that I'm riding through this village here, I'm thinking of like when I was 16, I was on a party around here, and at some point the police broke it off, and I ran completely drunk all the way home over this cross-country road here. The drive here was hard. Like I was constantly losing my tank rucksack because the mount has broken on impact when I've fallen in Denmark. So I will go to the ER. I hope that it's not that busy right now, and I mean I'm okay with waiting. It's not that urgent. It's just I should get it checked out in the next few hours and not wait till like Monday, because it's like eventually with a broken bone you should get it checked out soon. It's crazy how warm it is here, by the way. I mean, it was now kind of getting chilly on the way back, but you can still feel it's a summer night. I managed to get through the town now by only downshifting, which is nice. I made the decision before going to the ER I will not stop there directly because I will not be able to get my motorcycle home probably, so I will be going home first and we'll drive there. So all in all, I must say my Iceland trip, even though we had some of the worst possible weather and a storm and a lot of roads were blocked, was really successful. And I'm happy with reaching all those beautiful destinations, going over all the gravel roads. It was really nice and I really liked it. And at the same time, it's also nice now getting home again, knowing that tomorrow will be good and warm weather probably. And I should also try to enjoy the warm weather, definitely, because I'm working a lot with the YouTube videos, and I will try to have a better time structure. For fuck's sake, I will try to have a better time structure so that I can also work less a bit. Hi. So we made it. Finally. Oh, for fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my foot. The tank rucksack fell off again. So, see you soon.
So after arriving back home, my dad drove me to the ER, and sadly I suffered a little hair fracture, and I was with that not able to walk for 3 weeks, but I had to edit videos and work anyways, so it was not that much of a big deal after all.